Hello, my name is Chris Osmussen, and I'm the proud principal of Mohave Middle School. This video is intended for our students and for our parents to help explain the enhanced distance learning model that will be used here at Mohave Middle School. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and let's walk through this together. For our parents, you received a document via a mass communication, an email, and we've also posted a document very similar to this on our website that you can reference. I've modified it a little bit to help with this presentation. First off, let's talk about the fact that it can be a little confusing because no matter if you've chosen Scottsdale Online or if you've chosen the enhanced distance learning model with the intent to return to in-person teaching and learning when it's deemed safe and we can come back into our buildings, no matter the model that you've chosen, we are going to be starting online this year. So I understand the confusion. By choosing the enhanced distance learning model, you're choosing to have your teachers be the Mohave teachers. And those teachers, our Mohave teachers, are going to be connecting with our students through virtual video conferencing, very similar to Zoom. As a matter of fact, some of our teachers will be using Zoom as their classroom model. Let's first take a look at what we mean when we say that students are going to walk their schedule. Of course, we're going to be doing this virtually, but typically a school day will start at 7:45 and end at 2:20 in the afternoon. So our bell schedule, or the schedule that we're going to use for our day-to-day activities here at Mohave during the school day, at 7:45 in the morning, students will be logging in, preparing their workspace. We really recommend that our students watch morning announcements. And then at 8 o'clock in the morning, our students are going to be joining their teachers in a video conference, something similar to Zoom. It could very well be Zoom, and those links will be provided soon. So at 8 o'clock, students will join their first period. And you'll notice that our class periods are 45 minutes long and our passing times are 10 minutes long. And we did that intentionally because we want to make sure that students have enough time to log out of a class period and into their next class. So having 10 minutes gives us time to get up, take a small break, get some movement in before we come back down, back to our workspace and join the next class period. You can see that our 8th graders during 4th period, that's when they take lunch. Our 7th graders take lunch during 5th period, and our 6th graders take lunch during our 6th period. You'll notice that our day, the 7th period, ends at 2:15, and that gives us a little bit of time to log off, tidy up our workspace, and make sure that we know what our homework is. That's what I mean by filling out your agenda and preparing to then complete homework that evening. When our students are meeting, some of the classes are going to be live streamed. And what we mean by that is that the students are going to log into that classroom, and the teacher then is going to provide a live lesson in the video conference. The neat thing about that is that students are going to be able to ask questions, that students are going to be able to engage in a discussion about what's happening inside their classroom. Of course, in the live stream and by using video conferencing, the teachers are going to be able to share their screen like I'm doing now, and also the teacher may have a voiced over PowerPoint. They might direct us to a video that we would watch together. So all kinds of things can be done in instruction when we're doing a live stream class. Some of the classes that students log into each day are going to be what we call asynchronistic learning. What a big word. And really what that means is that the teachers have already provided inside of Google Classroom coursework for students to do on their own time at any time. Now, students are still going to log in as they walk their schedule. They're still going to log into the classroom, and they're going to receive instruction from the teacher. But that is only going to take about 5 to 10 minutes, and then students will be able to log off and go complete that asynchronistic work or that work that the teachers already provided for them. When the students log off, the teachers are going to remain online. And they're going to, if nobody is there, the teacher is going to be doing their own work. But if a student happens to log back in and have a question, the teacher is going to be available for them to answer questions and to help them through the subject matter. So the question becomes, well, what days do I have live stream classes and what days do I have asynchronistic learning? And we've put together a schedule for you, and you don't have to remember this schedule, because remember, students are always logging in for attendance purposes. So a student may log in and it's a live stream day, like on Monday, math is a live stream day, language arts is a live stream day. However, on Mondays, on regular Mondays, social studies is an asynchronistic day. So that means on a Monday, students really only have 3 live classes and then 3 classes that they're going to log into and then quickly log off to complete coursework on their own time at any time during the course of the day. Of course, we highly recommend that students complete that coursework during their regularly scheduled class, so that way in the evening they don't have so much homework. But all of this can be really hard to understand, so let's take a look at an example. Let's use me as an example. Now, schedules are going to be published in Synergy or in Student View no later than August 7th. So that's how boys and girls are going to know what their first period class, the second period class, the third period class, all of that. That's when they're going to learn the order of their classes. And again, this is just an example. Let's pretend that Mr. Asmussen, that me, Mr. A, is an 8th grade student here at Mohave Middle School, and let's go Wildcats. So pretending that my first period class is math with Ms. D'Souza, my second period class is social studies with Ms. Scott, my third period class is an elective called college and career readiness, also known as habits of study with Ms. Simonson. You notice that my lunch is 4th period with all of the 8th grade students. Language arts is 5th period with Ms. Spiller, 6th period science with Mr. Tutnick, and then 7th period for this first semester, I have a Spanish exploratory class with Mr. Gomez Solis. And of course, now looking at that and comparing it to the bell schedule, you can see that my first period class starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be logging into Ms. D'Souza's first period class for my 8th grade math class. If it's a live stream day, I'm going to have some instruction from her. Now, typically in math time, at the end of the class period, I'm given independent work time to get started on my homework. Anytime that a teacher offers students time to do independent work, as a student, I can log off and get away from the screen and start doing my own work. But again, Ms. D'Souza is going to stay online, and I'll be able to log back in during my class period to ask her any questions that I might have. Now notice at 8:45, my first period class is over, and I'm going to get a little break, and by 8:55, I'm going to be able to log into a second period class with Mrs. Scott for my social studies class. And I'll follow this routine through the course of the day. Well, the next question is well, which days are live stream days? Which days are asynchronistic? Again, we have to layer that information on. Now, I want to, just quickly talk about on Monday, August 10th, on the very first day of school, all of our classes are going to be live streamed, just so we can introduce ourselves, we can understand who our classroom community is, and we can begin to build those relationships of a learning community. But starting on August 11th, on Tuesday, again, some of my classes are live streamed, some of them are asynchronistic. So let's take a look at this schedule here. So on Tuesdays, my asynchronistic classes are language arts and science. So I'm going to scroll back up, remembering language arts and science, and I'm going to highlight these just for the sake of conversation. So let's take a look what my Tuesday, August 11th looks like. I'm going to get up in the morning, my 7:00 at 7:45, I'm going to log in, I'm going to get my workspace ready again. I'm going to tune into morning announcements that are going to be found on the Mohave main website, the main web page. And then I'm going to log into first period with Ms. D'Souza. I'm going to log into second period when 8:55 rolls around to social studies. I'm going to log into third period for my class with Ms. Simonson. And then notice that I'm going to have a really significant break. I'm going to have lunch. Fifth period, I'll log in. I'll receive some instruction from Ms. Spiller. And then I get to log off, have a break from the screen, and do my asynchronistic work for her class. Same thing with Mr. Tutnick. I log back in at 12:35. He's going to offer me some direction. And then I log off again. And then I do the work for my science class. And finally, at 1:30, I'll log into my Spanish exploratory class with Mr. Gomez-Solis. By the end of the day at 2:15, all of my classes are done. I'll be able to tidy up, log off, make sure my agenda book is done, and prepare to complete any homework that may have been assigned from my live stream classes with Ms. D'Souza, Ms. Scott, Ms. Simonson, and Mr. Gomez. I hope that this isn't too confusing for you, but in the event that it is, remember, you're just logging into your classes all the time. You're going to be finding out whether that's in a live stream or an asynchronistic class. And if by chance this is so confusing that you have additional questions, please know that here's my contact information. For our moms and our dads and our students, please feel free to give me an email. You see it there. It's my first name, the initial of my first name, Chris, and then my last name, Asmussen. And you can always feel free to give me a telephone call. If by chance I can't take your call at that time, please leave me a voice message and I'll be very glad to give you a call back. My goal is always to respond to email and to telephone calls within 24 hours. Just depending upon a volume, there's many, many students, many, many moms and dads. I do appreciate your patience. I hope that you found this helpful. It is my intention to continue to create some of these tutorials for you. As we like to say here at Mohave, stay mighty Mohave, and I'll see you soon.